Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs baseball on YouTube. Thomas West alongside Jackson Farrow. Apologies for the technical difficulties. We're having some audio issues. Here's the ball popped up, caught by the shortstop, throw on to second. Gets the runner, and that's going to do it for the inning. Toronto Maple Leafs up 9-4. We'll be right back.
Happening now.
Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs baseball from Dominico Field. Thomas West alongside Jackson Farrow. Toronto Maple Leafs leading the Barrie Baycats 9-4.
Yeah, we once again apologize for the issues, but it's good to be back. In the bottom half of the fourth, Leafs actually were put up a 0 for the first time all night.
Hold on a minute. Here's a drive gone. Home run.
Not surprising.
9-5 now. And the home run derby continues.
What a game Avery Tuck is having. He puts up another home run. He's now 3 for 3 on the day, 2 home runs and a single for the right fielder. Number 3 hitter in this lineup and continues to do damage. So after putting up the 0 in the bottom of the fourth, Barrie comes back with a solo shot to lead off the inning. And it's a 9-5 game now. Not even halfway through this one. We've already got lots of runs on the board, lots of home runs.
Pitch just swung on a hit to center field. Connor Lewis almost in his tracks makes the catch. Avery Tuck has probably been the most clutch hitter all playoffs. It's been a short time, but all playoffs for the Barrie Baycats so far. Hit a massive 2-run home run in the 7th inning to make it 5-3. And that was enough to propel Barrie over Welland in game 1. Now he's got 2 homers tonight. Swing and a miss.
It's going to be really important for Deska now to, get back to what was working for him, just like he did in the 3rd inning after allowing the leadoff home run to Tuck. He struck out the next 2 batters, issued a walk, and then got the out to first base unassisted.
Swing and a miss, fouled off by Lacasse. 2 strikes on him now.
So that home run felt like a real injection of life for the Baycats. Their bench was fired up. The crowd was fired up here, both sides. And this game is far from over here as Barrie looks to add to their scoring in this inning. Just 1 for now, and we'll see what they can add to it here.
The long-time Toronto Maple Leaf, Marek Deska, he's been out there for a long time on the mound tonight as well, and paints the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Down goes Lacasse, 2 away.
Lacasse 3 strikeouts now on the evening, and just like he did in the third inning, Deska, after allowing the solo shot back-to-back outs, does the same thing here. Rio flew out the center, and now another strikeout, this time looking to Lacasse. He'll look to finish this thing off as quickly as he can. That pitch count now up to 90.
Branfy and Fonte, the batter. Righty on righty facing Deska. The pitch hit in the air, not particularly deep. Coming in is Connor Lewis. Now going out is the second baseman. Lewis is there and makes the catch. Inning over. Solo shot given up by Deska. The Baycats draw one closer, now trailed 9-5 to the Toronto Maple Leafs. We'll be back in the bottom of the fifth from Thomas West and Jackson Farrow at Dominico Field. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs Baseball on YouTube. Thomas West alongside Jackson Farrow. Behind it, Jordan Castaldo, the batter for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Single and a homer for Castaldo tonight. Sorry, Jackson.
1-2-3 coming up in this inning for the Leafs, and after allowing just one run, a good job by Deska to kind of rebound after allowing the solo shot to Tuck. We'll see how what this Leafs offense can do to respond. Would love to build on that lead, of course. Still just the bottom of the fifth, lots of time. And, Deska's probably not far from exiting this ball game. So it'll, come down to the bullpens, but also trying to add to that lead as much as they can. We appreciate y'all joining us in the chat. And Rich just watching this stream. Of course, we've had to restart it a couple times. We appreciate your patience. Appreciate the support. Lots of passion out there tonight in game one of the second round. A lot of meaning in this one.
Yeah,
score is
sure
9-5. Just want to tell you that. We are now in the bottom of the fifth. Sorry, Thomas.
Pitch is just dead set. We've been perfect all night. Now we got our wires crossed. Mullen's still a pitcher on the mound for the Barrie Baycats. Facing Castaldo. The pitch to him. Well inside. Not sure if that went behind Castaldo or not, but it was a miracle it didn't hit him.
Yeah, I thought it hit something there. Might have hit the handle of the bat. Or perhaps just looked to be the case. But regardless, Castaldo will continue the AB here. Looking to start off strong for the Leafs.
Mullins pitch to Castaldo, swinging a drive, but foul left side.
Not too far from the Bushmen down the line there. Boy, they're fired up tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, they're always fired up. The Bushmen are down the line. Yeah, they're making particularly more noise in the playoffs, though. The Leafs are in playoffs mode, and so are the Bushmen. A staple here at Christie Pitts. Pitches down low, ball 4. Jordan Castaldo gets on base like he does so many times and brings up Justin Mara, who's already crushed a home run today.
Justin Mara.
Great day for Mara at the plate. 2 for 2 with a walk, double, and a home run. 2-run shot back in the second inning.
You also have everybody looking at you and going,
Mara, the league MVP last year, and he's not out of the question for that this year as well. The pitch is fouled straight back. This is such a great matchup between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Barrie Baycats. We knew these games were going to be absolutely incredible to watch, and they have been. The Barrie Baycats, the 6-time reigning champions, dating back the last 6 years, starting in 2019. All of those with Jordan Castaldo, obviously, as we mentioned before, and he's on first base now.
Having a great day against his old team. Castaldo is 2 for 3 with a walk, and another 2-run shot for him as well.
It wasn't yesterday when the Toronto Maple Leafs last won a championship, unlike the Barrie Baycats. Beat the Brantford Red Sox in a 7-game series 4-3. That one in 2007. And then in 1999, beat the Kitchener Panthers. The thing that's the same between all of those years is Damon Topley still on the team. Swung on and missed by Justin Mara. He goes down swinging, 1 away.
Makes a noise for the designated hitter, Sean Riley.
As Mullen continues to work in this one, it'll be interesting to see how long they let him go. Of course, Greider didn't go very far, just 2 2/3, and now Mullen has pitched an inning in 2/3, and he'd love to get this out and try to continue his outing.
Ripped down the line. That one's down and getting it almost all the way to the wall. Sean Riley's going to pull up for a long single. Now he's going to second base, safe. Sean Riley barrels into second base and gets himself a double. Oh, how about that base riding from the 44-year-old?
Heads up there. I mean, that one went into the corner, and it looked like he might hold at first, but just heads up base running there, really hauling it to second. And I don't think the Baycats were necessarily expecting him to do that. And not the best throw from left either. But ultimately, Riley is able to get in there now in a situation. Second and third, just 1 out, where Leafs can really build on their lead here.
Sean Riley doesn't head first slide a lot. You could tell as he bounced into second base there. Takamatsu fouls one off. That wasn't a slide. That was a headlong dive into second, and he ended up on his backside.
And it was a close play, although he clearly had the throw beat. But yeah, as you said, that was certainly an aggressive slide and one that
he needed every bit of it too, because it was a close play.
Well, because usually when you're hitting home runs, you don't have to slide in anywhere. Just doing a light little jog around the bases, bit of a change of scenery.
Sean Riley's been doing that a lot lately. Mm-hmm. Just 3 home runs in the regular season, but he's already got 2 in the playoffs. Takamatsu, big cut and swing and a miss. 2 strikes on him. I think Sean Riley I believe this game he's raised his average from being .750 in the playoffs. We thought the peak was .451 in the regular season, but he's literally been hitting everything in the playoffs, and Garrett Takamatsu has been doing some of the same. Pitch is low and inside.
Yeah, 3 for 4 on the day is Riley.
That actually lowers his average.
Fantastic stuff. Somehow does, despite going 3 for 4 on the day.
From 750 to 714 now in the playoffs. It's still early, but Riley's hitting it real well. Swinging a ball fouled off first base side. Looked like Takamatsu was trying to shoot one down the line.
I'd said earlier Riley was 1 for 3 and that you take that. He was actually 2 for 3. Is that fielder's choice counted as a hit there for him? So another great day for Riley at the plate. I mean, most of the Leafs have had fantastic days at the plate. It's not unusual by any means.
Takamatsu is battling right now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Mullins, swinging a ball, hit pretty well. This one's to right field, but under it is Tuck. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. Play to the plate. Safe at home. 10-5, and the Leafs are now in double digits.
Yeah, that was a play where, Castaldo got an okay jump, but Barrie certainly had a chance at the plate. And the throw just quite not in time. One too many bounces, perhaps a close one at the plate again. This time, not thrown out at the plate is a Leaf. They score. Takamatsu with a big sac fly there. And it makes it a 10-5 game now in the bottom of the 5th. For those of you keeping track at home.
It's the 3rd run of the playoffs for Jordan. Now, it's probably more than that. He scored a couple this game. I guess it'll be the 6th run of the playoffs for Jordan Castaldo. Pitch is outside. In the regular season, in 30 games, Jordan Castaldo scored 49 runs. Exactly what you want from your leadoff hitter. Pitch is low to Salazzo.
Goes to show just how powerful and consistent this lineup has been for the Leafs.
Yep.
Best offense in the IBL. It wasn't really close.
Then they do play in an offense-friendly park.
For sure.
There's no question about that. But you look at the way these hitters are hitting and the plate, the approach at the plate that they've had.
If you put this team in another park, one that, let's say that's medium, no bias one way between hitter and pitcher friendly, I think this team still does very well offensively.
Here's the ball hit in the air. Medium depth center field. Jake Wilson is under it. Makes the catch, and that is going to do it for the inning. But the Toronto Maple Leafs put up 1, and they answer after the Barrie Baycats put up 1 of their own in the top of the 5th. We go to the 6th inning, 10-5, Toronto. Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs baseball. Zack Sloan is on the mound, taking over from Marek Deska, who all considered did a pretty good job. Give up 5 runs over 5 innings, but that's good enough for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's pretty much what they've come to expect out of the starting pitchers, but a solid outing for Marek Deska gives us a chance, a team to win. Zack Sloan is 2-1 on the year and struggled with some injuries early on in the season, but he's back now and healthy. Had an far, a 7.82 ERA, which is just about the average for pitchers on the Leafs this year.
Yeah, tough go at it, but as you said, he's an important part of this team. Going to give him some valuable innings. If you're a Leafs fan, you're certainly hoping for some quality innings here in the middle part of this ball game, trying to bridge the gap to the back end of the pen. With a 5-run lead, you're in a pretty good spot for the Leafs. Final line for Deska, you went 5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, all of them earned, 2 walks and 8 strikeouts.
The pitch from Sloan, breaking ball. That one's outside. 1-1. Some action in the bullpen. Mateo Kakatos is getting loose for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and here's a check swing, no swing. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kakatos has been great out of the bullpen for the Leafs. Probably one of their most talented all-round pitchers. Obviously, they have Dustin Richardson, who, well, no one in the league competes with Dustin Richardson. But Mateo Kakatos is great from the University of Toronto. He's played a couple of years here in Toronto. Pitch is swung on a miss, strike 3. Sloan strikes out the first batter he faces.
Burns 0 for 3 now in this contest. And it'll bring up James Anderson, who's had actually a really nice night. He was hit by a pitch in the second, and then had a leadoff double back in the 4th. But Barrie was unable to score him. He got to 3rd, and he was stranded there.
Pitch is hit on the ground. This one's the middle, a reaching try by Dan Mara, but it's well out of his reach. A single for Anderson.
2 for 2 on the day now is Anderson. And I'll bring up Jeff Cowan, who came in as defensive replacement earlier on in this ball game, and replacement of David LeBlanc.
Jeff Cowan wears number 42 for the Barrie Baycats. He's a hometown boy from Barrie. Cowan hit .407 this year, but that was in 59 at-bats. Either way, he's been a fantastic hitter for them.
A bit of a Guinness chat going on in the chat. Yes, the answer to your question, Craig, is that there is supposed to be a plastic ball in the Guinness. A unique aspect of the Guinness Stout. Figured I'd give my beer opinions while I'm here.
Yeah, you got our attention with that one.
Yeah, anytime you bring up beer in the chat, you're going to get our attention. That's for sure.
Jeff Cowan this year was a singles machine. 59 at-bats, 24 hits, no doubles, no triples, no homers. Now he bunts. That might be part of his ability to hit singles. You can see Justin Salazzo is in a little bit at third base. Naturally, Jordan Castaldo's in a bit as well as he's holding the runner on. But you'll see when he hops off the bag, he's heading forward. Lefty Sloan facing Jeff Cowan. The pitch, swinging a ball knuckled off down the left field line. Foul.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Jeff Cowan can do in this spot. Number 9 hitter trying to, get something going here in this inning. Of course, 1 out and 1 on. If you're Barrie, you want to get the bats rolling sooner than later. Still early on. We're only in the 6th inning here, but you're going to start to get into the later innings of this one. And it doesn't look like Toronto's going to stop scoring anytime soon. So put together quality ABs now that you're in Toronto's bullpen here.
It becomes a game now for Barrie with who do you want to burn in your bullpen in this game. Mm-hmm. Now, yes, the next game is on Saturday, so that is quite a long time. Here's a ball ripped down the left field line. That one's foul. You always got a pitcher out there. If you played baseball, if you're in rookie ball, you don't see those bullpens like they have in the major leagues. So they're always down the line. You always got to get someone guarding the pitcher. And the guy who's in charge of that down the line there for the Toronto Maple Leafs did a good job of that. That was coming right at Kakatos. Pitch hit on the ground, foul once again. And once again, Kakatos is saved by his teammate. That's incredible.
Yeah, 2 for 2 now. over
That's
there.
why he's there. You see why it's important, right?
Absolutely.
What that would be a horrible way to get injured.
No kidding, eh?
Warming up in the bullpen, especially Kakados with
Mhm.
the kind of impact that he's had for this Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, a young guy, too. Prospect in many cases. And the last thing you want to do is get a guy hurt while he's warming up to come in.
And now he's not warming up anymore. He's looking.
Great job here by Cowan to battle in this situation. 1-on-1 out. Of course, a ground ball would give the Leafs a chance to get out of this thing unscathed. And if you're Cowan here, what you're trying to do is just get on any way you can for the top of this lineup that has been so effective.
7 pitches in this at bat. The 1-2 again, well high. Kakados is really starting to get loose. I wouldn't be surprised if Zack Sloan is tasked with going 1 inning. Yes, he was a starter for the Toronto Maple Leafs for many years. This year it's been strictly out of the bullpen. As here's the ball ripped down the line, foul once again. That one just missed the line.
Yeah, the bullpen guard in that situation wasn't needed, but that ball wasn't far. The pitcher warming up there, and yeah, Cowan doing a fantastic job here battling now in a 2-2 count. Still just 1 out here in the top of the 6th.
Incredible at bat. Pitch is just high. Full count.
Yeah, regardless of what happens here, this is a fantastic AB from Cowan. Now he's got a chance to get on, perhaps on balls. We'll see what happens here with the 3-2.
Pitch is ripped foul. That is a rocket.
Look out.
And that one did find the Bushman. I can guarantee that one did.
Yeah. It's heading right over there, and we hear one seems to be all right over there. We hope that's the case.
3-2 once again. The pitch from Sloan. Swinging a ball, hit in the air. Long run, and this one's going to drop in the outfield. What an at-bat from Cowan. 11 pitch at-bat, and it ends with a single.
What an AB for Cowan there in that spot. Coming in, replacing LeBlanc defensively as the number 9 hitter, trying to turn this lineup back over, down 5, and he battles. I lost count of how many pitches were in that one, but at one point it was a 1-2 count. He works it all the way back to full, and then just drops a little blooper way down the left field line. This time not foul. And the Baycats have some life here with Jake Wilson coming up.
From watching these games for the Toronto Maple Leafs too, it's kind of unfortunate from Zack Sloan because it seems like a lot of the time he gets himself in that situation. Here's a ball hit pretty well. Running over to cut it off there is Connor Lewis. Tagging and going to third base is Anderson, and he's in with a slide. First and second with 2 away.
Yeah, the ball was heading to the right spot there on that swing from Wilson, but just got underneath it a little too much. It hung up there for a long time and allowed the center fielder Lewis to come over and get underneath
it. And like we said, the ball is not carrying tonight. It'll hang up if it's in the air. It's not traveling out to center field. It appears there's a slight breeze coming in from center field. I don't think that's really affecting things. It's the cold air that's affecting it right now. Here's a ball popped up. Could be a tough play. Marcus Connect is under it. It's not. He makes the catch. The Leafs get a scoreless inning, just their 3rd of the game. 10-5 Toronto from Thomas West and Jackson Farrow at Dominico Field. We'll see you in the bottom of the 6th.
Welcome back to Maple Leafs Baseball here on Toronto Maple Leafs YouTube page. Jackson Farrell with you. Thomas West had to step away for a moment. So I'm riding solo on the call just briefly here. So after putting up a 0 in the top half of the inning, the Barrie Baycats are going to look to try to stifle this Leafs offense however they can. The Leafs have put up a 0 in an inning only once, and that was in the 4th. And it'll be Marcus Connect, Dan Mara, and Grant Tamani back. And look who's joined us. Thomas, welcome back.
Thank you very much, Jackson, as Marcus Connect takes one in there for a strike. Ball was dropped by the catcher. We called Jackson Farrell onto this broadcast today. Obviously has a lot of experience broadcasting with the London majors, but we've asked a lot of Jackson tonight.
I'm a utility player. Play all over the infield.
I was over on the PA system earlier. Said, Jackson, you take the wheel on this
You're
one.
on. Yeah, it's worked out all right. I appreciate y'all watching this one. Hopefully not bugging you too much. I appreciate y'all sticking with me here, especially early on. A little rocky start, but we got it going. Happy to be with you.
We appreciate you having you on, Jackson. It's been great to get some insight, especially from around the league and the IBL. And the London majors, you guys do a great job over there in London. So shout out to you guys as well. Mullen's still on the mound. Connect the batter. Battling here. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to shortstop. Should be a relatively routine play. Flip on to first. Beats him by a step.
Yeah, Mullen's done a really nice job coming into this one in relief of Grider, who only went 2 2/3 and allowed 9. Mullen now 2 2/3 as well. Just 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and just 1 earned run allowed. He's the reason that Barrie has been able to stay in this contest. And if they do go on to come back, he'll be a big reason why.
And from a guy who had a 6+ ERA in the regular season, you don't bring a guy like that in expecting him to shut the door. But, I mean, he's only left a crack open right now for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And whether or not the Barrie Baycats are able to get themselves back in this game, like we said, it's about managing the bullpen. And Ryan Eakin talked to Damon Topley on a podcast a little bit earlier, and Damon said sometimes when you're a manager in the IBL, it's not really about managing the team, it's about managing people. And that's what Damon Topley has had to do. I expect the management staff and Barrie has had to do the same thing because pitchers are hard to come by in the IBL. There's no question about that. Pitch is hit on the ground. That one's right off the leg of Mullen. Tough play from second base. Got him. Fantastic play by Ando. 2 away.
Yeah, great play by Ando there. And that looked like Mara got out of the box pretty quickly. And that was a close one at first, but a nice job by Ando to charge it, quickly transfer it from the glove and deliver a great throw to first in time. Good defense behind Mullen, and one of the reasons as to why he's still in this ball game and pitching effectively.
Swing and a miss. Dan Mara, the batter. He's done a good job at shortstop. The defense for Toronto has been good. You mentioned there's been some nice plays by Garrett Takamatsu at second base. That hasn't been the case defensively for Takamatsu all year. He's had his moments at second base, but with the athleticism of that guy, he can make some spectacular plays as well. We've seen a couple tonight. Takamatsu actually started the year at third base. He filled in for John Salazzo a lot at the beginning of the year, then moved to second base. Breaking ball called strike 3 over the outside corner. Dan Mara goes down looking, and so do the Toronto Maple Leafs. 10-5 Toronto. A quick inning and a rarity in this game. We go to the 7th from Thomas West and Jackson Farrell. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs baseball. Thomas West, Jackson Farrow, Zack Sloan on the mound still. We thought he might be relieved by Kakatos, who's still standing around the bullpen in the first pitch from Sloan. Jackson, the defense is getting a little bit twisted up now.
It is, yes. So Branfy Infante, it was announced prior to the last inning, we never got to it. Branfy Infante moved from first base to third base and replaced Lacasse, who was then subbed out by Mike Chiquetto at first base. So Chiquetto at first, Infante moves to third, Lacasse out of the game. Just for those of you scoring at home.
You got all that? All right. 2 strikes. Tuck is at the plate. He's had a great day. 2 homers today. 3 in the playoffs. The pitch is well high.
Yeah, an incredible day at the plate for Tuck. A single and 2 bombs as his crowd gets fired up.
Outside check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. It was borderline.
Yeah, top of the 7th now. These at-bats become, more and more important. Still a 5-run game here, but Tuck, of course, has led off 2 different innings and had 2 different home runs in the 3rd and the 5th. And
this one's not going to leave. Salazzo makes the catch at 3rd. Tuck retires.
Yep, so a nice job there by Sloan. Getting Tuck to pop out, much needed first out. Pulls him off a touch, and then we'll bring in Rio now, the DH. Quiet day for him at the plate. A single, strikeout looking, and a flyout.
Ryan Rio was the best hitter this year for the Barrie Baycats. Finished 4th in the league in batting average, .412 on the year. Incredible numbers for him. Ryan Rio drafted by the Phillies back in 2018, 37th round pick. Not a surprise with what he's done so far, the .412 batting average on the air. This one's skied in the air. Jordan Castaldo has room and makes the catch. Oh, no, he dropped it.
Wow. So Castaldo gets underneath it. Looked like he had a beat. I'm not sure if he lost it the last second. Kind of threw his hands up there. It looked like he had it all the way. It almost just fell out of his glove.
Popped out of the glove last second, and a new life here for Rio. Not the guy in the lineup you want to give a second life to. The lefty on lefty. Sloan's pitch just inside. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, that's huge, obviously. For Sloan, especially the way he's been going, if he could have got that big out against arguably Barrie's best hitter, at least he's been one of the best hitters this season, that would have been huge. And probably thought he had an out there when it flew up and Castaldo was underneath it. It's just a tough break. We'll see how he can battle now.
Rio fouls one off. Pitches inside, and I don't know if I hit him or not. Either way, it was ball 4. Rio's on with a 1-out walk.
So that could potentially, that Castaldo drop on that foul pop could be a hugely impactful play here, depending on what Chiquetto does in his first AB of the game, replacing Lacasse, who struck out 3 times.
Rio's riding a 10-game hit. Does he have a hit tonight, Jackson?
He does. First
11 game hit streak for Rio. In that 11-game hit streak for Ryan Rio, he's hitting .458. Incredible. Ball's fouled off straight back. You know what's even more incredible for that as well? That walk by Ryan Rio, that's his first in his last 6 games.
Yeah, we were talking about that. He doesn't walk very much. Now, he hit over 400, though, despite all that, so you'll take it regardless.
Yeah.
But, yeah, certainly a different approach to hitting and very aggressive. But in that situation, he does get a walk, a rare one at that.
It's almost like you don't want to throw him a strike. You get something in the zone, puts it in the outfield. Doesn't have a ton of power.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, he doesn't have a ton of power, but he also led the Baycats in slugging percentage this year. So many doubles, so many situations in which he was able to get extra bases.
Yeah.
Fascinating player.
Yeah. From Barrie, Ontario as well. Pitch is fouled off. Marcella Cass replaced.
Yep, Lacasse was replaced. Infante moved to third, and Chiquetto came in Lacasse's spot. Not sure as to why. Not sure if there was an injury, perhaps. Lacasse did strike out 3 times and was credited with an error earlier on in this ball game. Not sure if there's a correlation there. I wouldn't want to speculate.
Chiquetto he's another one of those guys that's great with the bat, and he can get on base as well, as that one's in ball 4. Chiquetto had about a 320 on base percentage this year, paired with a 235 average. And he draws another walk. Damon Topley's coming to the mound to have a word with Zack Sloan.
Yeah, this is such a tough spot to be in. Of course, you know, you do think now of that pop fly, and that's going to actually take Sloan out of the game here. The complexion of this inning has been changed greatly by that drop pop fly. Now runners at first and second, and just 1 out. A chance here for Barrie to do some damage, some much-needed damage. Now get a new arm here.
And they'll try to do it when we come back against the flamethrower, Mateo Cacados. From Thomas West and Jackson Farrow, a pitching change, and we'll be right back. 10-5, Toronto Maple Leafs. Brantford and Fawny at the plate. Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs baseball. Thomas West alongside Jackson Farrow. Mateo Cacados is on the mound. This guy's got a big fastball, and well, command has been the biggest issue, but it hasn't been a huge issue for Cacados. He likes to overpower batters with his fastball, can raise it up in the zone, and he's got a great breaking ball to pair with that. Cacados, the righty, facing the righty Brantford, Infante.
Yeah, it's a huge AB, of course. Cacados, 6'4", 215, big guy, and we saw him a little bit at U of T. We were covering Ryerson Rams games a couple years ago.
Pitch over the outside corner. Another guy we saw at Rams games was the guy on the mound now. Played for the University of Toronto, Mateo Cacados.
Yeah. Awesome to see him having some success in the IBL.
Swing and a miss on a nasty off-speed pitch. There's the slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Infante.
Infante 1 for 2 with a walk in this one. And with the runners at first and second here and just 1 out, a pivotal AB, this could go a lot of different ways. If it's a ground ball to an infielder, could be 2. Leafs could get out of this, or you could hit an extra base hit. And the Baycats could have some life here as that one's fouled back.
And just barely getting a piece as well, Infante. Not a ton of speed on the bases. 2 of the biggest guys on the Baycats are out there right now.
Rio at second, Chicago at first. 1 out in the second. Here's the pitch.
Pitch is just outside to Infante. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Cacados would love to induce a ground ball here. But the biggest thing is to hold the Baycats right here. The 2-2. Hit on the ground. This one's up the middle. Takamatsu boots it. The ball goes into the outfield. The runners will hold at their respective bases, but now the bases are loaded with 1 out.
Wow, and that's a tough play. Obviously, that ball was hit pretty well right up the middle. Takamatsu ranging to his right, just unable to field it. Kicks off his glove and into the outfield, and now it's a situation where Kikatos is in some real trouble here. And facing Carson Burns, and a guy hitting from the left side of the plate. This is going to be a very big challenge for Kikatos. A pivotal moment in this one.
Be interested to see how they score that. I would be of the mindset that that should probably be an infield hit. It's a tough play.
I think so too.
Inside for a strike. Kikatos kicks, deals, pitches low, 1-1. Kikatos needs to be resilient here. He got it, the ground ball he wanted. It just wasn't in the right spot. Now he's got the bases loaded and needs to limit the damage here. Still just a 5-run game. The pitch is inside Mara. What a block. Saved a run.
That's huge there. That's a huge block right there, and keeping everyone at their bases. Situation here with just 1 out. Got to capitalize here if you're Barrie. You can't allow Toronto to escape from this again somehow.
Arm dangling. Kikatos looks in. Now he's set. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air. Lewis is sprinting over, but now cutting it off and holding the runner with a great throw home. It was a little offline, but Grant Timone makes a big play in the outfield and keeps Kikatos in it. Now any kind of out will get the Toronto Maple Leafs out of the inning.
Another one of those balls, it was hit to the right area of the park, but it just hung for too long up there, and it just wasn't quite deep enough for Rio to score from third. So a tough break for the Baycats, and now 2 out. Leafs have a chance here to escape with any out, however you can get it.
Carson Burns flies out. Now Anderson.
Anderson had a great day. 2 for 2 with hit by a pitch earlier on in the game.
Line drive snared at short by Dan Mara. Kikatos gets him out of a jam. The Leafs still lead by 5. It's 10-5. Thomas West, Jackson Farrow. You're watching a back and forth, but mostly Toronto at this point game. From Dominico Field, we'll be right back. Ten to 5 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Thomas West alongside Jackson Farrow. And what's been an offensive showing here at Christie Pitts. Not the most we've ever seen, but 11 hits apiece 3 errors on the side of the Barrie Baycats, and Mateo Kakatos, boy, he sure got out of a jam there in the top of the 7th.
No kidding. He gets the fly out to left field with 1 out. You thought they were going to send the runner there. Rio doesn't go. They didn't send him. And, then you're in a situation with 2 out and the bases loaded. All you need is an out however you can get it. And he does get it. Huge pitching performance there from Kakatos. Much needed. And for Barrie, what a missed opportunity. That one's definitely going to hurt. Especially if they don't come back, obviously. But what we've seen in this ballgame, Thomas, is the starters, neither of them really effective, but the bullpens have been. Scoring has really slowed down here. Kind of the 4th inning on, we've only seen 2 runs scored since the start of the 4th inning, and we're now in the bottom of the 7th.
That's not common for either of these teams.
Mm-hmm.
The first pitch was a ball to Connor Lewis. Second pitch is in there for a strike. You look at that fly ball hit to Grant Tamani there. He had to range to his left. He wasn't in great position to throw it home. He's not a bad defender, but he doesn't exactly specialize in playing left field either. He plays all over the diamond. He plays some center. He plays some third. You think, and yes, it is Chichetto running. He's not the fastest guy coming from third base, but you look at the throw as well. It was well offline.
Yeah, and it was Rio there at third. And yeah, just a
hit on the ground.
For sure.
Play to first. Burns grabs it.
But yeah, back to that. And that's a tough spot, too, especially down 5 in the later innings now. You think maybe you send him, but at the same time, Tamani, it wasn't that deep. It's one of those sort of in-betweeners. Do you send him? Do you not send him?
Yeah.
It's up to me. I send him, but I'm not an IBL manager at the end of the day. So the reason I'm up here and not down there.
No, I'm not either. You can also look at the side of the argument that, well, one run is not going to win you the game.
Absolutely. And you want to keep the base low. Last thing you want to do is have him thrown out at the plate, and then you're out of the situation.
You need base runners. It's about hitting with runners in scoring position right now, which has not been particularly effective for Barrie so far. As we mentioned, the hits are 11-11. It's been some defensive lapses from Barrie that's kept Toronto in innings. Their inability to finish an inning as well. They get 2 outs, and it becomes difficult to get out of the inning. Castaldo hits a weak ground ball to shortstop. Picked up once again by Burns. Whips one to first in time. 2 away.
Your catcher, Justin Mara.
Big power threat. And Justin Mara steps to the plate. Already has a home run today.
Yeah, great job here by Mullen as well.
Yeah.
Coming into a tough situation, obviously. I think the first hitter he faced was Sean Riley. And, he did a really nice job battling and just kind of sticking with it. Credit to him. He's kept Barrie in this ballgame, as we talked about. But back to that Rio play, or the not sending him back in the top half of the inning. You could also look at it as Anderson's 2 for 2 on the day. And if he comes through with a big hit there with the bases loaded 2 out, we're not even talking about that right now. So a tough situation there, and that's baseball sometimes.
Still 2 innings to play if you're a Barrie Baycats fan, and lots of time. Barrie's had some games where the offense has really exploded. Some games have been tough to close out for the Toronto Maple Leafs as well. I do believe that Justin Richardson is in the bullpen tonight, and he has been really tough to score on, but they have had to limit his amount of work that he's doing. You do have to imagine with the couple days in between game 1 and game 2 that they probably would use Dustin Richardson tonight, but who knows?
Of course, the amount of leverage you have will also impact, and no one's up in the bullpen for now. Looks like Kakatos will get the 8th, at least for the moment.
Yeah, Kakatos came in with 1 away. Did well to get out of the inning. Ball 4 to Justin Mara. He's on first. And this is where the Toronto Maple Leafs has been dangerous. With 2 outs, when they have the middle of the order up. And if you're the pitcher on the mound, obviously, especially in Mullen, you're just trying to throw strikes right now. He's thrown 40 of them, 28 balls. But you can't just lob one in to Sean Riley. He'll crush it.
33, Sean Riley.
Well, a great opportunity here if you're Toronto to really kind of – it feels like one more big hit could put them put this one out of reach potentially. Barrie threatened multiple times, but Riley 3 for 4 on the day, and he's been limited in terms of the power he's been able to get. But He has to get out of the way on that one.
Pitch up and in on Sean Riley. Draws a reaction from the crowd, but the last thing Mullen wants to do is put a batter on.
No kidding.
Especially with Takamatsu and Salazzo coming up. And that's the effectiveness of that lineup, isn't it? When you have Garrett Takamatsu, who could be argued as one of the best hitters on this team. Salazzo could be as well with his power. And Marcus Connect, well, he played half the season. He was right up there with the top guys in terms of home runs. Here's a ball, line to center field, coming on, and not quite able to make the play as Justin Wilson. It drops for a base hit. Sean Riley lines one to center, and now here's Garrett Takamatsu, station to station with 2 outs for the Leafs.
For second baseman, Garrett Takamatsu.
And now a situation here, if you're Barrie, you really need this last out.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes, of course. And now visit now. So we'll see how that plays out. It looks like there's a chit-chat going on up there, a bit of conversation. We'll see how that plays. But first and second, still 2 out, though, from Mullen. And I think in this situation, I think they want to give Mullen a chance to get out of this. He's been so effective. And they're going to keep him in. So Takamatsu up. And
there is action in the bullpen. And whoever it is out there appears to be loose. Throwing lightly at this point. Garrett Takamatsu standing in with a runner on second and a runner on first. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Garrett Takamatsu loves to pull the ball. He can really find that short porch and left in a hurry, but right now probably just trying to drive in Justin Mara from second base, who got on with a walk a couple batters ago. The pitch, swing and a miss. A pull cut once again from Garrett Takamatsu. Mullen trying to get out of it in his 4th inning of work. 5th inning of work. Looks in, big pitch, 2 strikes to Takamatsu, hit on the ground, foul. Left side, just missed the line.
They gave Mullen the opportunity to finish this thing off. I think it's the right decision. And a great chance for the Leafs, of course, with a runner in scoring position to add to their lead. But if you're Barrie here, get this out. And with only 6 outs left to work with, down by 5, you really can't allow any more runs. You need to shut this thing down here.
73 pitches in relief for Mullen. He only wants to throw one more. Takamatsu and hit him in the head. There's a stir in the ballpark. Takamatsu, he didn't go down. He's still on his feet, and he gets a tap from his manager. He's all right, or the trainer, I should say. Never something you want to see.
Yeah,
Batter getting hit in the head. That's a fastball.
And that was really scary, and that hit him right there. And that was, like you said, a fastball out. Looked like it really hurt. He took an extra second there. Takamatsu did.
John Salazzo.
Neither dugout took exception to that, though. I think people realize what the situation is. We're in the playoffs.
There's 2 out. You're not going to try to hit someone in that spot.
Mullen's throwing a 75 pitch in relief. 75th, I should say, pitch in relief.
And he's had a great outing thus far. You're not going to throw that away.
John Salazzo hits one in the air. This one's hit pretty deep. Wilson going back, leaps and made an incredible catch in center field. Put a star beside that one in the scorebook. We'll see how much that factors in the end. That is a great catch in center. That ball was crushed by Salazzo. Inning over.
And what a job reading that play, too, by Wilson. I mean, he had to continue ranging back. That ball kept on carrying. One of those ones that hung up there, but it looked like it might get out. Wilson jumps, leaps, makes the grab. Well, that a web gem, whatever you want to call it. Incredible play, and keeps Barrie in this. If that gets past him, this one's probably over, but at least they still have a shot now.
Kakatos is back on the mound. Mullins does get out of the inning. What a heroic effort in relief. We head to the top of the 8th inning. Barrie Baycats have 8 more outs to work with, and the first guy they'll face is Kakatos. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Toronto Maple Leaf Baseball. A highlight in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Maple Leafs with the bases loaded. Jake Wilson makes a great catch in center field to Rob Salazzo, and now the Barrie Baycats are looking to build off that defensive play. Cowan is the batter now.
Yeah, Cowan singled in the 6th. He was subbed in defensively for David LeBlanc in the left. And came through with a big base hit after a great AB he put together back in the 6th.
Kakatos came out with a first pitch strike to Cowan. Now the second pitch of the at-bat is swung on and missed way out in front. A slider once again from Kakatos.
The breeze starts to pick up a little bit now here at Christie Pitts. It's been pretty inconsistent, not really much of a factor as we alluded to earlier.
Pitch is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, and if you're Barrie here, obviously it's go time. You're going to get this runner on and start, getting some extra base hits, start to bring some runners home because, Kakatos has been really effective thus far.
Outside corner, check swing, did he go? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. Check swing, strikeout for Mateo Kakatos, 1 away.
Here's the man of the hour, Jake Wilson, with 1 out here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, so Wilson up now. Of course, he made that incredible play in the last inning to, kind of keep Barrie's hopes alive. It feels like I said, if that ball gets away from him, this one really opens up. Still down by 5. I wouldn't want to say just 5. 5 is a substantial lead. But at the same time, at Christie Pitts, that can disappear pretty fast.
Yeah, with the ability of the ball to leave the ballpark here.
Quiet day for Wilson at the plate, though. Just 1 for 4. That double came in the 1st inning.
Wilson fouls it off.
The ball fell back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jake Wilson.
Mateo Kakatos is quite familiar with the art of the strikeout this year. 32 innings pitched in the regular season, 38 strikeouts. Just over a strikeout an inning, not bad. Kakatos steals the strike 1 pitch, low and inside.
All you can ask for here if you're Barrie is just good AB. Good AB after good AB in this spot. You're into the Leafs bullpen now. Anything you can to get on base here.
Ball hit on the ground, scooped up by Jordan Castaldo. Boy, is he ever sure-handed over there. Flips over to the pitcher covering Kakatos, 2 away.